You ever worked with one of those temp agencies and they send you an employee and they turn out to be crummy, so you send them back for another one? That's Joe Biden. He is the temp. He is clearly not working out. We've known all along, but now the establishment, Democrats, the media are acknowledging they have a major problem on their hands.
Before we get into this video, make sure you hit like, share my videos, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Also, make sure that your notifications are on and they're set to all. Now, let's get into this. But first, quick commercial break. Man, now gas is at $7 a gallon. A 10-year-old Honda Civic will set you back at least $20,000 at this point. And rent is $2,000 a month. Welcome to 8.6% inflation. And it doesn't look like it's getting better anytime soon. So what can you do? Well, you could try trading stocks or buy mutual funds, but returns are sinking fast. You would have to make at least 10% with charges just to break even. And if you're looking at retiring comfortably, well, that's not even an option. Now, you might have heard about Noble Gold's IRAs, but maybe you don't know a lot about them. That's why Noble Gold has a team of experts at the other end of the phone. They will put you straight on what you can and can't do to get yourself to financial safety again. And if you quit, they're giving away a 1/10 ounce American Eagle gold proof coin with every qualifying IRA or 401k rollover. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold. And all you got to do is call our team at 877-646-5347 to find out more, or you could visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. Now, let's get back to this video.
Polls show many Americans consider Mr. Biden too old, and some Democrat strategists do not think he should run again.
Not a joke.
He often shuffles when he walks, you think?
Not a joke.
And aides worry he will trip on a wire.
I'm not joking.
His speeches can be flat and listless. He sometimes loses his train of thought, has trouble summoning names, or appears momentarily confused.
Not a joke. He then jumped into the trench alone, moving along the trench for 35 meters to the late Staff Sergeant Edward M. Canacero.
Staff Sergeant Edward N. Canacero.
To Specialist 5 Dennis M. Fufuji.
Specialist 5 Dennis M. Fujii.
I'm proud to finally award our highest military recognition, the Medal of Honor, to each of you, one posthumously.
The polls, that's part of it. You can't deny these numbers. They're real. 64% believe that Biden is too old to be president.
Not a joke.
For Democrats under the age of 30, 94% prefer a different presidential nominee in 2024. 64% of Democrats do not want Biden to run for re-election, and Biden approval rating is at overall 33%. Again, these are New York Times, Harvard University polls. This is horrendous. It's no surprise.
Not a joke.
Back in early 2021, when Joe could not handle the walk onto Air Force One, I knew it. I knew it in my bones. This could not last. And the fake news tried to cover this up. They did. They can't do it any longer. They could pretend that he was normal when he was in the basement. Now, the whole world can see these images. You can deny, you can pretend it didn't happen, but that's not going to work on a stage as big as the presidency. That brings us back to Joe and the mainstream media. All right? Because they know about Joe's limitations. They always have, that he wasn't very smart. And they see these pictures. They talk about him among themselves. And they also knew when Joe was in the basement that he could not handle the rigors of a traditional campaign. Remember how much moral cover they gave him. Joe was doing the right thing because of COVID in the basement. Those crowds that did not show up during the campaign, these were major, major problems for a presidential campaign. And they colluded. The mainstream media colluded with the Biden campaign to cover all this stuff up. But once he became president, the stage was too big, and you can't cover it up anymore. We all saw it, even them and their viewers, right? This kind of stuff, the weird walk, and then just giving up when the questions got too hard during a press conference.
No, wait a minute. I'm asking you a question. Is that accurate, the best of your knowledge? What?
I don't think it's the issue that, do you think that people have an issue?
He can't handle the job.
Not a joke. I will once more return to the hollow ground of Yad Vashem to honor 6 million Jewish lives who were stolen in the genocide and continue, which we must do every day, continue to bear witness. To keep alive the truth and honor of the Holocaust, horror of the Holocaust, honor those we lost.
Am I off? No, we don't want him to talk.
Yeah. Not a joke. No, not a joke. Percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without electoral and or political, or maybe precise, not and or political power. Yeah. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking.
Thank you! Oh my God, you're so great. Honestly, Joe, you're great too.
What a day to celebrate, and to celebrate with all of you. Now I'm going to turn it over to the boss. Let's spread the faith, folks. Thank you all so very, very much. Thanks.
God bless America.
Okay, and
God bless America. Thank you.
God protect our troops.
I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
Am I off? No, we don't want him to talk.
Imagine what we could do if we, for child care in a city like Philadelphia, New York, the big city, Chicago, cost you $12,000 to $14,000 a month for child care.
Gov, how we doing this thing? You start first or me?
I start first.
That's your state. You better.
All right, are we ready, everyone? One, to welcome everybody here today, the men and women that you see around the table, on behalf of the people of this great state. I'm grateful for the investments that you continue to make. I know that our land and our people belong together. Our families, it's really more than all the value that we must do together. Not just when there's smoke. It's the thousands who were forced to elections past, larger fires, stronger and more frequent hurricanes, and flooding in a state we've never seen before. Like this fire was caused by controlled burn.
And my fire department saved my life, literally, not figuratively. My house got struck by lightning and mostly burned down, had to be rebuilt. Saved the smoke was so thick, Gov, it was literally that thick, and you couldn't see through the windows or out the windows, and the floors were collapsing. These guys went in and did two things. Mostly importantly, got my wife out. I was in Washington when it happened.
Wait, he's describing how he couldn't see through the thick smoke, but then says he wasn't even there?
My fire department saved my life, literally, not figuratively.
But equally important, almost not equally, but important. I have a 67 Corvette they got out.
Mr. President, what's your message to Democrats who don't want you to run again?
They want me to run.
2/3 say they
Read
don't.
the polls. Read the polls, Jack. You guys are all the same. That poll showed that 92% of Democrats, if I ran, would vote for me.
However, that statistic is a little more complicated because the question for respondents was actually about which candidate would they vote for if an election were held today and if it was just between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. So naturally, most Democrats would vote for Joe Biden. Within the poll, only 13% of voters described the United States as being on the right track, while 77% said it was heading in the wrong direction.
We turned a promise broken into a promise kept. It matters to workers. It matters to their families. It matters to the country. You all remember what the economy was like when I was elected, a country in a pandemic with no real plans how to get out of it. Millions of people out of their jobs. Families in cars, remember, backed up for literally miles, waiting for a box of food to be put in their trunk. Just a box of food to be put in their trunk because they didn't have enough to eat.
Meanwhile,
everything has went up. Rent, mortgages, you can barely afford to feed yourself these days. You have to work more than one job. I have 3 jobs. I work for People Ready, DoorDash, and Instacart. So, and I'm still struggling to feed myself. That's really not okay. And I think Biden needs to do better. He didn't come to any of his promises. Like, he didn't meet them at all. Yes. And I feel tricked. So next time going forward, I'm going to probably vote based on policy, not on party?
I'm a lifelong Democrat. I voted for Biden. I believed him when he said that kids would be back to normal and school would be fully reopened within the first 100 days. And here we are, a year and a half into his presidency, and in blue areas like where I live in New York City, kids are far from normal. There's no attempt to even try to restore normalcy for these kids.
You know, Biden was the first person I ever actually voted for. The media portrayed Biden as someone who was going to fix this country, and honestly, from my perspective, my personal experience, he's made it a whole lot worse for people like me who voted for him. So I feel not only embarrassed, but I just feel very manipulated by the media, like social media, portraying him as someone who is going to fix the country.
How are we feeling about Joe Biden as president?
He can off, as far as I'm concerned. I hate him.
Not feeling it.
No?
No.
He's an absolute idiot.
So, Donald Trump for president.
I'm not a fan of Sleepy Joe. I don't like how he's built inflation. Like, I'm not into it.
The whole country suffering from it, but I mean,
You like Trump or Biden?
Trump. I liked it when we had a good economy and I felt safe. The borders were being under control.
Here right now, what would you tell him?
Tell him to get out of office, man. He's shit up. He's old. He's falling off of bikes and shit. It's over, man. Give it up.
I tell him, let Trump back in office. He did better for the black culture.
Trump 2024.
Joe Biden. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. You better vote for Donald Trump. That mother about money. Biden ain't give him nothing.
Who do you think is a better president, Biden or Trump?
Trump, all the way.
Trump?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Because he's a good businessman.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What else do you like about him?
That's it. He's just good with business.
Trump all the way?
Yeah, Trump all the way.
Trump all the way, you heard it.
I need Trump back. Anybody else out there need Trump back? What's going on? We wasn't going through this shit for the last 4 years. We were winning. Winning. And now y'all sitting home being quiet and shit now. Somebody say something. Tell me why you support Joe Biden right now. Everybody had a lot to say when Trump was in the White House. Anybody got shit to say with this old ass bum in there? F***ing up our country, f***ing up the economy.
Let me get this straight. Donald Trump gives $250 million to fund HBCUs. Joe Biden takes it away, spends it on pipes for junkies. But Donald Trump was the issue.
Joe Biden, we gotta talk, brother. We gotta talk, a lot of talk, because you was talking a lot of talk in your campaign, and you was telling people, especially black students, to vote for you because you were going to give us $45 billion allocated to our schooling. And once you got that position of power, you started showing your behind. You started embarrassing yourself. So now you are saying, okay, now that I secured my seat of power, I'm going to take advantage of it.
You think I'm joking? I'm not joking.
God bless you. God bless America. Don't forget to hit that like button, share my videos, find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those good things. And please check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, please click on the link below this video. Put Kevin in a promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. If you'd like to donate to Kevin's Corner, feel free. The links are below this video. If you want to be a part of my $2 a month club, also feel free to do that. All it entails is you simply dropping $2 a month into one of those links below the video. Or if you want, you can drop a nice big fat lump sum in there to offset the stuff that we know goes on with big tech. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure that you are still subscribed. And finally, set your notification button to all, because YouTube is playing games, y'all. Now, God bless you. God bless America. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner.